In the UK, birth registration legally binds each child to a state-controlled identity. This process establishes a straw man, a corporate, artificial entity representing the child. This registered identity is linked to government systems, meaning the individual is subject to tracking, taxation, and obligations imposed by the state. Many see this as an automatic surrender of personal autonomy, transforming natural persons into citizens whose actions are monitored and controlled through government records. The birth certificate signifies this transaction, binding individuals into a legal construct regulated by the state. By denying registration, parents retain full control over their child's identity and autonomy, choosing to keep them outside government oversight. Denying consent also allows families to avoid creating an artificial legal entity that can be bound by state-imposed obligations. This act reaffirms the family's authority over the child, protecting their natural-born rights. Refusing registration prevents the child from being automatically included in databases, avoiding obligations to government policies that would otherwise apply to registered individuals. This document is essential for asserting parental rights. It can include a statement that only the parents have authority over the child's life and identity, a declaration that registering the child would create a straw man identity contrary to their wishes, citations of legal statutes, privacy rights and sovereignty laws that prevent the state from compelling registration, affirming the family's right to remain outside government systems. In cases where authorities insist on registration, a Notice of Conditional Acceptance is sent, which asserts parental control by demanding legal evidence justifying mandatory registration. This notice forces the registrar to respond, shifting the burden of proof to the state. The conditional acceptance serves as a legal buffer, requiring a direct explanation of why the state insists on creating an artificial identity for the child. Families opting out of birth registration may face restricted access to services tied to the public identity system, such as healthcare, education, and social benefits. However, many seek private healthcare use alternative schooling methods and rely on self-funded or community-supported networks. Additionally, by remaining outside the government's identification systems, individuals can maintain freedom from potential surveillance and limitations associated with the straw man identity. The registration process enforces a permanent record on each individual within a state-controlled database. As the child grows, their registered identity can be tracked and monitored, making personal data vulnerable to surveillance. Registration thus becomes a gateway for government control over individual movements, financial status, and personal choices. Without registration, families maintain full data privacy and avoid exposing the child's life to government tracking systems. Connecting with communities that support personal sovereignty provides valuable insights, legal strategies, and alternative solutions for navigating life outside government systems. These networks offer guidance on accessing private services, managing essential identification needs, and sustaining a family's independent identity. They also provide critical support in handling legal challenges and help individuals reinforce their privacy rights